Are we ready?
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good.
Good afternoon. We're trying to get on live stream, so it's a little bit of a time crunch. Welcome to the 11th induction of the Fitch Athletic Hall of Fame. I'm Lori Moyer-Zaneski, class of 73, and I'm filling in today, so bear with me, please. I would like everyone to stand. We're going to do the national anthem and then the Fitch alma mater.
Sorry.
And if all Fitch graduates would stay on their feet for the alma mater, please. Oh, and inductees, too. Yeah. Well, they're graduates. Oh. Oh, they're going to be up here. Yeah. Let's see how this goes. Yeah. Okay, the words are going to be on the screen. And they're in your program on the second page.
It's coming. This is the pace. Wait for the words to come up. Here we go. Everybody.
Hail to thee, our alma mater, may thy name watch for thee. Even though our ways may sever, we will always think of thee. You have cheered my name in victory, as we sung thy name in praise. May we then in life's hard struggle Okay, and one last up and down. Anyone here who was a previous inductee into the Fitch High School Athletic Hall of Fame, would you please stand? Where's Ed Harvey? All right, thank you. Someone's going to come to your table to ask you to line up for food. We're going to do that, and then once everyone is served, we will continue on. We have some people with time constraints that we're trying to work with, so enjoy your meal. As I said before, I'm Lori Moyer-Zaneski, class of 73, and I would like to welcome you to the Robert E. Fitch Senior High Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony. This is our 11th year of celebrating inductees, and the committee is always humbled by the achievements of our teams and our athletes. It is with a deep sense of pride that I stand before you. Mike Ellis, lead historian, and President Bernie Nasser cannot attend today due to medical issues, so I've been called in for relief.
Yay!
Please take a quick moment and raise a prayer for them for their speedy recoveries. I'm honored to serve as a committee member. The group is dedicated to Fitch athletics and Fitch athletes. They volunteer their time and talents to recognize exemplary Fitch athletes, coaches, and teams. They work hard to ensure the inductees are worthy. So I would like to introduce you to my committee members. Obviously, Bernie's not here, and he's a retired chair, and he's not a Fitch grad. He might, pretend to be, but he's not. He was retired Fitch faculty 1972 to 2007. Al Restivo is a retired coach, and he also is not a Fitch grad, but we love him. Glenn Graham, secretary, class of 1976. Sue Beeman Griggs, can't be here today, class of 80, she's our treasurer. Miles Hollowell, class of 1952, in the back. Again, Mike Ellis is not here, class of 63. Walt Blanker, my classmate, 1973, where are you, Walt? Oh, stand up. He looks like an author today. Rich Costa, class of 71. Larry Croxton, 1977, in the back. Peter Hoops, also class of 77, and he is a Hall of Fame inductee. Dave Russell, class of 77. Robin Williams Doyle, class of 1980. Me. Matt McGinnis, class of 1985. Donna Sullivan, 1978. Heidi Durdhalisi, she's not with us today, but she's a class of 77. Jeff Joyce, class of 1994. And Calvin McCoy Jr., class of 1994. Also Diane Craig, who has been a member with us for a long time. She stepped down due to family commitments, but she provided a lot of the table settings today, the waters, the sodas, and she was here earlier helping us set up, but had to leave. Today we induct 8 athletes, 1 coach, and we will recognize a second team, adding to the 149 previous inductees, 2 coaches, and the 1976 football team. We are actually honoring the Fitch family. Family is what it takes to develop successful athletes and teams. A sense of belonging, obligation to their teammates, safety knowing someone will always have your back, and memories to last a lifetime. So without a whistle, a play ball, or take your mark, I'd like to pass to Mark Romano, Fitch High School Athletic Director, to introduce our 2025 scholarship recipients.
Thanks, Lori. So the recipients of the Fitch Athletic Hall of Fame Scholarship were required to write an essay on how athletics have impacted their lives. They've also, part of it is reflecting on good sportsmanship, community involvement, along with academic and athletic excellence. The committee would like to obviously congratulate both of you who are here today to accept this. So first off, Ada Ellis, class of 2025. Ada earned an impressive 12 varsity letters during her career at Fitch High School, competing in field hockey, girls basketball, and girls tennis. She was also named the 2025 Fitch High School Female Athlete of the Year. Ada was also awarded the Christopher Safamilla Memorial Scholarship during the Senior Athletic Awards ceremony. Ada is currently attending Eastern Connecticut State University, majoring in education, while continuing her athletic career as a member of the Eastern Connecticut State University field hockey team, which I actually had the fortune to go see yesterday compete in the Little East Conference Championship. Unfortunately, they fell 1-0, but Ada was a great representation of Fitch High School in athletics. So at this time, please welcome Ada Ellis.
I want to thank the scholarship committee for choosing me. It was very helpful with the extra money that I got to go to Eastern Connecticut State University and play my first year of field hockey there.
Thanks, Ada. Next up, our second recipient, Shay Cahill, another class of 2025 student athlete. Shay earned 9 varsity letters, competing in cross country, indoor track, and outdoor track, and he also competed in baseball during his career at Fitch High School. He was a recipient of both the Terry Purcell Memorial Scholarship and the John Kelly Memorial Scholarship during our athletic awards ceremony. Shay is currently attending the University of Connecticut, majored in kinesiology and exercise science, as he continues to build his passion for athletics and fitness. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shay Cahill.
First, I would like to congratulate all of the inductees and thank the Hall of Fame committee for selecting me for the recipient to this scholarship. Fitch Athletics has played an important role in my life. The past 4 years, it has been one of the most meaningful and defining parts of my high school experience. I'm currently attending the University of Connecticut in Storrs, where I'm studying exercise science with the goal of becoming a physical therapist or pursuing research in exercise physiology. Athletically, I'm continuing to run with the club cross country and track teams, and I'm working hard to earn a spot to the Division I team. Thank you for this honor and your continued support for Fitch athletes.
And we have some time constraints, so we're going to start with one of our recipients today. When she arrived today, she was in her scrubs. She was in a fellowship in Boston, right? In orthopedic surgery. Caroline Taylor, the class of 2016. You can stand next to me. You can stand next to me. Yeah. You should get a good look.
She changed.
She did change. I did like the scrubs. All right. Caroline played volleyball and softball. She was named to all ECC volleyball team as a senior, but it was softball where she excelled. In her senior year, the softball team went 27-0. She had an ERA of 0.38. Her team won the ECC and state Class L titles. She struck out 232 batters while only walking 12 in 129 innings. Do the math. Caroline batted .436 with 15 extra base hits and 2 RBIs. She only lost twice during her high school career. She was a Day, the London Day, and the Bulletins, Norwich Bulletins Player of the Year in both her junior and senior years. She was named All-State both years in softball. The New Haven Register named her the All-State Player of the Year in 2016. She was also the Gatorade Player of the Year as a junior and a senior. She was named MVP for the 2016 state championship game. Caroline achieved All-American status in 2016 and was named the Fitch Booster Club's Female Athlete of the Year. A true student athlete, she was a member of the National Honor Society, the salutatorian of her class, and wore honor cords in English, math, science, French, history, physical education, and physics at graduation. Caroline won the Princeton Book Award in her senior year. She received the Kathleen Gobler Garrett Softball Award in 2020. She attended Princeton University, go Tigers, majoring in molecular biology and with a minor in Spanish. She continued her softball career at Princeton and was a 3-time NFCA Scholar Athlete. Her senior year was cut short by COVID. Caroline graduated cum laude. Her department recognized her with the Senior Thesis Award for Best Departmental Thesis. Carolyn was a COSMO pharmacy chair in medical school She ran a free clinic in Washington Heights. She's a former Little League softball coach in New York City, and she recently ran the New York Marathon in 2023, the New York City Half Marathon in 2024, and the DC Half in 2025. Caroline is currently performing orthopedic surgery at Mass General Hospital and at Brigham. She's an orthopedic surgeon resident at Harvard. She lives in Boston with her partner, am I going to get it right? Danny L. Najjar. A lifetime of great achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, Fitch High School Athletic Hall of Famer, Caroline Tabor.
Aw, thanks everyone. That was so kind. I prepared something brief. Sorry, some of this is a patient list from this morning. Okay, so I'll make this brief. First, I'd like to thank the committee and for everyone for coming. It's so lovely to see everyone, and I feel like I haven't been back here in forever. But earlier this week, I was talking with one of the fourth-year residents about how I had been getting nervous to go into the operating room. I'm an intern right now. As interns, we're not in the OR very often, so when we are, I was getting a little bit nervous in front of the attendings to suture and drill and things like that, and I actually likened it to getting the yips, which many people remember I got famously in senior year. And I was telling my senior resident about this, and I was like, oh, you know the yips, it's like terrible. And he was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm from Hungary, and I've never heard of softball. But he said, so you know what you do? You practice and practice, and you practice until the nerves don't stop you anymore. And I just thought about how that's one example of how softball and the principles it taught me still play a really big role in my life, and I see it every day, either in the operating room or otherwise at the patient's bedside, and I'm really thankful for what the sport gave me. Both the life lessons and the people that I met along the way. So I didn't have the most illustrious college career. It ended with the COVID pandemic, so often I look back on my time here at Fitch as some of my favorite softball memories, and for that I'm so thankful. And I just wanted to thank some specific people while I had the chance. First and foremost to my parents. Mom and Dad, I wouldn't be where I am today without you. And if it was not for all that you had sacrificed, and Dad, especially the time you spent on the bucket, I will never be able to repay you for that. Thank you especially too to my brother and sister Thomas and Fiona, my #1 fans and my earliest throwing partners. Additionally, thank you to Auntie Carly, who's here with Steve. I wouldn't be here without you either. And thank you to all the coaches and mentors I had along the way, including, but not to name all of them, Mr. Della Porta, Mr. Adams, Mr. Turgeon, Ariel Cooper, Kate Perazzotti, Neil Swanchek, Jen Hapanowitz, and Lisa Sweeney. And special thanks to all my teammates who I've been so lucky to meet along the way. And some have become some of my best friends. I cannot picture my life without softball, and for that I'm forever indebted. So thank you.
Okay, so now we're going to go to the team being honored today. The 1998 boys cross-country team. The 1998 boys cross-country team, coached by Fitch's Athletic Hall of Fame coach Jerry Browning, finished the regular season undefeated with a record of 9-0, 5 of those wins being a perfect score. They also dominated the competition by winning the Wyndham Invitational, the Wickham Park Invitational, the Manchester, New Hampshire Invitational, the ECC Championship, the Class L State Championship, the State Open Championship, and finally, the New England Championships. The varsity runners demolished all the competition in every single race, with the top 7 runners of Grant Gritzmacher, Josh Seals, Joe Shaw, Steve Taylor, Aaron Kerwin, Axel Bergeson, and Keith McCoy, leading them to a dream season. To further add to this list of accomplishments, 4 of the team members, Axel Bergeson, Grant Gritzmacher, Joe Shaw, and Steve Taylor, were named All-State runners. In addition, by placing 14th in the New England Championship, Steve Taylor received all New England honors. I would like all of those young men, because they're younger than me, to come up here and stand for a moment so you can take a look. So let's have all of those members of that team come up. Oh, yeah, and Coach Jerry, too. I think they're still running. Ladies and gentlemen, Fitch High School Athletic Hall of Fame team, the 1998 boys cross-country team. Here we go, plus one. And they're going to do a team picture out in the hall in front of the background, too. So, congratulations.
I think he wants to say something.
Oh, you want to? Okay, go ahead.
Just a quick word on behalf of the team here. You know, this has really been, this was a transformational moment for me, being part of this team. And I really want to thank, in particular, Derry Browning, Rich Costa, and thanks, guys. I really want to thank Derry Browning, Rich Costa, and the rest of the Fitch infrastructure that really just let us excel and help define our lives. So.
And everything Joe just said, I'd also like to thank and notice Keith McCoy. Keith was a member of our team. He passed away 10 years ago. His family is here tonight. We miss you, Keith. Cross country was great for everybody here, and the experience was wonderful. And it's great to see everybody. And thank you, Coach, and thank you, Fitch.
All right, so food is ready. So the committee, could you please line up? Someone will be coming to your table finally to let you know that it's time for food. Matt, yeah. Where are you, Matt? Oh, he's up there. Okay, he's got it. Any way you want. Yeah, I would start with outside.
No, you can't say something. Get out of there.
I do that stuff all the time.
Coach said he got a 419. Let's see. We have to get back out. How are you? Joe, do you have any records? Do you have any records? Yeah. You don't have the two? Some psycho from the 70s?
Yeah, I think I've seen some of them. They're adorable. They're adorable.
Lord Gannon saying he needs to be back.
So what do you introduce? Solid software. All right. They have the software team. Fitch and Waltham. Yeah. How about you?
How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Good to see you.
Who's this?
This is Anya.
Anya?
Shop.
Yeah.
It is, yes. I have two boys.
Yeah, triplets.
The one running around with all the kids crying.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Oh, look at them over there.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I snuck away. They don't know.
Yeah, give it a minute.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get food?
Yes. No, yeah. Yeah. No. I'm good. Yeah.
That's it.
But really,
try to resume our program now? And I'd like Jerry Browning to come up. Apparently he would like to say something about his team. Oh, there he is, the back corner. Come on, Jerry, come on down.
It won't take long. Excuse me. Thank you. I know. Your attention, please. I know this is somewhat belated, but I just wanted to say a few things about this wonderful 1998 cross-country team that we had. They were exceptional. They were great kids. I'm so proud to be part of their group, and I'm so proud to be with them today, as I am proud to be with all of you. I want to thank the committee on this day. The committee allows us to remember, to relive, and to celebrate, you know, the wonderful things that have happened in our lives, all of us in this room. To remember our children, our friends, to look out at all the familiar faces, and to appreciate the fact that we can enjoy ourselves on this day. As I said, I'm fortunate to be with them. I want to introduce all of them from here, their names: Darren Pusher, Kenny Shaw, Danny Williams, Brian Ludlam, Nick Reed, Paul Olivier, Tim Campbell, Chris Spencer, Masao Green, Yasser Vavarian, Joe Shaw, Steve Taylor, Grant Gritzmacher, Axel Burgesson, Josh Seals, Aaron Kerwin, and especially Keith McCoy, who we referred to earlier today. He's passed away. He was on that top 7 team that year in 1998. And his sister, I believe, Gwen, is here today to celebrate his life with us. So thank you again. Enjoy yourselves and have a great day with your children and your friends.
All right, so I put Caroline on the spot, making her stand next to me. The rest of you inductees can sit in your seat until I'm done reading your bio. So we're going to start next with Anthony Turgeon, class of 2009. Anthony lettered 3 years in soccer and 4 years in baseball. He also played basketball for 1 year and earned his letter. In soccer, he was named First Team All-ACC, First Team All-Area, and the Fitch's MVP. He captained the baseball team as a senior and played shortstop for 4 years. He was the team's leadoff hitter with a career batting average of .366. He stole 40 bases, scored 58 runs, and batted in 28 runs. He was named All-ACC and All-Area as a junior and a senior. He was named to the Connecticut High School Coaches Association's All-Star team in both these years. In his senior year, he was named All-State. His teams were the ECC Tournament champions in 2006, 2007, and 2008. Anthony was a well-rounded student and a proud National Honor Society member. Anthony received a Division I baseball scholarship to Central Connecticut State University. He majored in physical education. He was a 4-year starter for Central's baseball team at shortstop. His 2010 team was named the Northeast Conference champions and played in the NCAA baseball regionals. He was named to the Travelers All-Academic team, and Central honored him with the Scholar Athlete Award. Anthony received his master's degree from Sacred Heart University. He is currently the head of the physical education department at Norwich Free Academy. I did that too. He is a United States Coast Guard licensed captain for Towboat United States out of Mystic. He is currently enjoying being a dad and a husband He lives in North Stonington with his wife, Nicole, and their 2 children, Ryan, 6, and Luca, 4. A hardworking, respectful, and tenacious competitor. Ladies and gentlemen, Fitch High School Athletic Hall of Famer, Anthony Turgeon.
Jeez, that was nice. I am a gym teacher, and this is the Athletics Hall of Fame, not the Speechwriting Hall of Fame. So just remember that as we get going here. But in all seriousness, it's great to be here, and I just want to first thank Coach Peluso for nominating me. Most of you know Mark, and he had a huge influence on my life as a teenager, and I'm lucky to have him as one of my closest friends today. So thank you to Mark. Often you hear people say that sports prepare you for life, and it's the peaks, but especially those valleys, that are really the life preparation that sports provides. And I got to tell you, compared to a lot of the studs out here in the audience, I really think I got all the life preparation I needed from sports, even over-prepared at times. Sometimes, like in those valleys, I swear I camped up down there. There were some times. My sister, Brianna, she'd be over collecting Gatorade Player of the Year awards, and I'd be collecting broken bats in my basement. So, but that's what sports was. I remember a season where I was having a really rough year at the plate, Mendoza-esque, for those of you baseball fans out there. And my college manager, he asked me one day, he said, "Hey, Turge, do you know what the only thing worse than hitting 160 is?" I was like, "No, coach, what is it?" He's like, "Watching someone hit 160. Yeah, he wasn't wrong, for sure. And but really, it honestly was times like that where you just had to figure out how to be better and find your way out of the valley. And it was that simple. That's how sports was for me in a nutshell. I had a lot of fun trying to find different ways to just be a little better every day. And there were a lot of peaks too, and those times have given me a ton of memories. Some of my favorite moments growing up, all centered around sports, playing soccer in the street with my sister, shooting around in the driveway with my cousins, playing wiffle ball in my yard. And as I got older, those experiences obviously at Fitch turned into playing on teams with my best friends and competing with each other in everything we did. And honestly, couldn't have scripted a more enjoyable way to spend my time. What I really want to do today is just take a minute to thank some people who made all that possible. My mom and dad are here. My grandparents, who are not here, but my sister also. My mom cooked me everything Italian. I had all the food I needed. My dad coached me in everything growing up until I got to high school. Hit me ground balls until his hands would bleed. And then my sister just being my live target to throw at for most of my life. So thank you for that. Most of you guys know my Greg Drab. Greg's my cousin. He's my godfather. And he was a huge mentor for me growing up. Big role model for me and a really like a vision of success as a person. And I can't thank Greg enough for what he did to me and what he still does for me today. All my coaches I had, every sport I ever played growing up and in high school, some of them are here today. My Uncle Mike's here. Thank God I got to hit for free up at his place in Norwich because it would have been real bad without those free, times up at the cages. My Uncles Steve and Dave, they always opened their doors to me down south. My cousin Tyler and I used to go down there in the winter during college and get to spend time working out and just playing baseball. It was great. My high school coaches, Coach Harvey's here today, Coach Peluso, Jay Wolfrat, they all taught me something a little different about baseball and about handling adversity and just being resilient. And that stuff really comes through as you get older, I think. And then lastly, my college coaches, Charlie Hickey, Pat Hall, Jim Ziogas, Paul Abella, and Rob Bono. Those guys took care of me like family when I was up at Central, and I'm forever thankful for that. My wife, Nicole's over here. Love my life over there. My 2 kids, Ryan and Luca. They're my biggest supporters now, and it's been a lot of fun getting to coach both of them as they start getting older in sports too. Really, honestly, everyone I mentioned had a bigger impact on me as a person than as an athlete, and that's really what I think today is all about. And you get to recognize that more as you get older and start to see the world a little differently. I'm very fortunate to be up here today, to be a part of a great group of people, and I'm fortunate to have sports as a part of my life still. Lucky enough to teach it every day. I get to play it every day with some of my closest friends, and today would be a step out of the valley for sure. So that's all I got. Thank you, guys.
All right, our next inductee is Katie Stoddard, class of 1999. Katie was one of the greatest all-around female athletes to ever attend Fitch. She played tennis, basketball, and softball, and varsity lettered all 4 years in each sport. She was the day's all-area player of the year in both tennis and softball, and made all-state in those 2 sports. She captained the tennis team, the basketball team, and the softball team as a senior. Her tennis single record of 22 wins and 1 loss made her the state's singles champion. In softball her senior year, Katie batted .456, had 18 extra base hits, 13 RBIs, and scored 34 runs. She broke the school record for home runs. She had 9 steals, including stealing home in the bottom of the 9th inning for the 1-0 state quarterfinal victory. The record that year was 22-3. In her softball career at Fitch, she never struck out. She was named her team's MVP in tennis and softball. Katie was an honor roll student all 4 years of high school. After high school, she attended UMass for 1 semester where she was to continue her softball career. She attended a state-approved training facility to become a certified nursing assistant. She was a CNA for 10 years and was enrolled in an accelerated nursing student and was 1 semester away from completion when she contracted an autoimmune disease. She had to go for treatment every 6 months. In her 9 years of having NMO, she coached multiple softball teams with her daughters Kayla and Haley on the squads. Katie passed away in 2024. She is survived by her husband Joey and their 2 daughters Kayla, 16, and Haley, 14. An unassuming superstar. Ladies and gentlemen, Fitch High School Athletic Hall of Famer Katie Stoddard, and her daughter is going to speak for her today.
I wore heels. I'm obviously not Katie, so I can't say exactly what she would have wanted to say if she were up here. But I can talk about how our mom was the best mom to ever walk this earth. But there was a time long before my sister and I where she was one of the greatest athletes in the UCC. During the years 1995 to 1999, the athlete Katie Stoddard was showcased here at Fitch wearing number 22. Starting off as a freshman in 95, she collected 3 varsity letters in tennis, basketball, and softball, which she then carried on throughout her high school years, ultimately finishing off her career with 12 varsity letters, 4 in tennis, basketball, and softball. Also collecting the title as captain for all 3 sports her junior and senior year. I could continue on about how many achievements she was rewarded for her hard work, but I want to focus on one very impressive accomplishment she had under her belt. During her senior year softball season, she did not strike out once. I just want to take a second for everyone to understand how difficult that is. I can tell you firsthand. During Katie's senior year in 99, Katie was also crowned Connecticut Girls State Singles Champion for tennis.
Still waiting on that banner.
I think we can all agree the talent level throughout the ECC during the late 90s was some of the most memorable athleticism presented. And for Katie to have been named the day's all-area, all-state, and all-conference for multiple sports in multiple years shows just how amazing she was as an athlete, not even mentioning her amazing personality to go along with it. If she were here today, she'd want to thank her father, Russ Jr., for the countless amount of hours spent practicing, coaching, and helping her grow. Her mother, Amy, for driving to every tournament and keeping the book, never missing a play. Her sister, Christian, for always being on deck and by her side. Her 3 other siblings, Jessica, Russ III, and Joel, for always cheering her on and being there for her. And even Joey, for being the best softball manager there was. I could go on and say all that there is to say about my mom and how amazing she was in sports, but also the legacy that she left with me and my sister. She's the reason why I can never say no to just one more hit or a ground ball. She's the reason why my sister has such a good batting average. It is an honor to be the daughters of such an amazing athlete and overall woman. We would like to accept this award on behalf of our mother, number 22, Katie May Stoddard. Thank you.
Our next inductee is Dave Pila. He's not able to be here today, but once I read his bio, there is a video that we're going to show that he has submitted. Class of 1984. David played football and baseball. A neck injury ended his football career his senior year as a full-time starter, but he stayed with the team and served as place kicker. David's baseball career was spectacular. The captain of the team his senior year, he was named to the All-Area and All-State teams. His career hitting record, most doubles 20, most triples 5, most home runs 6, and the most bases on balls 43. One of his home runs at the Fitch baseball field hit the gymnasium wall on one bounce. And a home run he hit against Hand High School in their field went over the left center field fence and was still rising when it went into the trees yards past the fence. His senior year team set the school record for winning in a single season with 18. After high school, David attended Indiana University on a baseball scholarship. He earned his letter in his freshman year and his sophomore year. He then transferred to Western Carolina and played for legendary coach Jack Leggett. David was named second team All-Southern Conference selection as a catcher. He batted .363 with 9 home runs and 38 runs batted in. Western Carolina's offense finished 4th in the nation in home runs. In the Southern Conference tournament, he set a record by hitting 3 doubles and a home run. The next year in the NCAA tournament, he hit a home run in his final time at bat in an 8-5 loss to Texas A&M. After the season, he was drafted by the Atlanta Braves as a catcher, first and third baseman. David played summer baseball for the New London American Legion, leading the team to 4 straight Zone 7 championships. In 1985, the team was the Connecticut and the New England champions and played in the American Legion World Series. David was named to the Zone 7 All-Star team 3 times and was selected the Zone 7 Most Valuable Player in 1985. In 1996, David began a career with the State of Connecticut Department of Corrections, where he received many awards for his work as a correctional officer. At the same time, he worked at the AA level with the Yankees, the San Francisco Giants, and the Minnesota Twins. He also worked in AAA ball for the Pawtucket Red Sox. David now enjoys working with his daughters, Kelsey and Josie, in their sports. David currently resides in Newington. He is soft-spoken but intensely motivated. Ladies and gentlemen, Fitch High School Athletic Hall of Famer, David Pila. Technical difficulty.
My junior year, we played Jericho at home, up on the hill. It's freezing cold, and I'm nervous. As we went out first, we went out. The pitch is in the dirt to my right. I'm supposed to drop down behind it and block it, but I don't. I just try to backhand pick it and call it pass it. I'm running back to get it, and I can hear Mr. Harvey yelling, "Stop reaching for the ball. Move your feet, walk it, stop reaching." That's good, it's so easy. We have a meeting about another story, and I think I'm off the book. Nope. Mr. Harvey meets me before I can get in the dugout. He gives me, he's got a hold of my chest protector with his right hand. He's peppering my chest with his left for emphasis. His back is still flying. What do you think? Put me easy. I bring the sophomore up from JV. Stop reaching. If I used to go coach third and look behind the backstop with my family sitting, hoping for some compassion. My dad standing straight ahead, my poor sister has her head down. My mom that was glaring. She shakes her head with contempt, shrugs her shoulders and says, "Stop reaching." Tough love. When you leave Rockland Fitch and go out into the larger world as I did, you begin to get a sense of where you're from. And I was practically from here. We leave Rock City, Washington Park, Rock City, Little Westside Junior High. We grew up watching and respecting the older kids. Glenn Miller, Scott Corey, Gary Koger, Frankie Newman, the Trojans, all of them. But the kids we competed against were always pretty scrappy too. Rotten Town kids, Quantum Rich kids, the Dog-Com Navy kids, even some of the Mystic kids. My summer league coach, Mr. Miller, chose his team each year. In Fitch, we wanted in Waterford and St. Louis. And I remember him saying that he loved the Fitch kids because they brought toughness to the program, and I was always proud of that too. It was a welcome responsibility to follow guys like Kurt Vincente, Troy Cheatham, and Rob Shigera, who were left 50 more from that program. We were blessed to have great coaches and role models along the way, and I want to mention a few. I hope that the sound of their names will bring you good memories the way they do for me. Of course, for me, we did the first coach, my dad, Al Pilar. Tony Cafaro was my mom's cousin and a Fitcher. Mr. T, Jack Thompson, was our teacher at Groton Heights and our baseball coach at Westside. Mr. K, Franny Wainwright, and Wayne Clark, also at Westside. Mr. Sanford everywhere. Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Marsh, and Mr. Hollowell at Fitch. Mr. Hollowell was our coach with my dad on Long Hill Drug before he became the organizational force behind Fitch baseball. And then there was Mr. Ellis and Mr. Harvey. Mr. Ellis was my catching coach, and in classic Mr. Ellis fashion, he approached his responsibility with intensity and logic. He consulted books to get drills to help him. He hit me foul pops with a tennis racket that probably came from his advanced PE class. He had me practice my blocking daily in an effort to get me to stop reaching. He cared about helping me get better, and I'm grateful. Mr. Harvey was simply ahead of his time. A student of the game and a teacher of the game. The best hitting coach I ever had who somehow put 3 pitchers in the major leagues. I remember and appreciate his dedication and the sacrifices he made for us. The 30 pounds he lose by the end of every season. Mrs. Harvey and the girls coming up to practices and games just to have a chance to spend time with him. We were proud to be part of it because he showed us it was special. The message and meaning of uniform days stayed with him. He told us that once we put our Fitch jackets on, we were representing more than ourselves. We were representing our team, our school, our families, and some disrespect that. Then he told us that he better not find out we wanted to a beer party. That's the point. We all chuckled when he said beer party. No one said beer party anymore. Finally, I'd like to acknowledge and thank my parents and step-parents. Also, my 3 best friends. My older brother Bo, my younger brother Cookie, and my sister Sabrina. And my Hall of Famers, my daughters Kelsey and Josie. I'm blessed to have all of you in my life. I appreciate you all letting me reminisce and know I've exceeded my allotted 3 minutes. I did achieve my ultimate goal of finishing my remarks under the 22-minute and 47-second record established by Bernie Master at the 2024 Induction Ceremony. Thank you.
I showed that to Bernie, and Bernie wasn't happy. Because he said it wasn't me. It was Jerry was longer than I was, and Weiss was longer than I was. So everybody else got a chuckle, so it was good that David did that.
Okay. Sydney Sproul. Is it still working? Oh, okay, here we go. Sydney was an outstanding high jumper for both the indoor and outdoor tracks teams. She holds the school's high jump record at 5 foot 5 inches. She was the ECC champion high jumper for 3 years. And in the Class L and State Open Championships, she finished in second place in the high jump and indoor track. She was a 2-time Class L champion in outdoor track as a sophomore and a senior. She was named to the day's all-area team in indoor and outdoor track in both her junior and senior years. She was her outdoor track team's most valuable player. She also won the prestigious ECC Sportsmanship Award in her senior year in outdoor track. Sydney was also a long jump competitor with a personal record of 15 feet, 11.25 inches. During her years at Fitch, she was a member of the Humanitarian Club, the Unified Sports Program, the yearbook staff, the National Honor Society. Sydney received the 2016 Raheem Ali Carter Memorial Scholarship Book Award and received a Certificate of Dedication in French. After high school, she attended the University of Massachusetts at Lowell, majoring in business administration. She continued her indoor and outdoor track career where she had personal records of 5 foot 7 inches in the high jump and 17 feet 6 inches in the long jump. Sydney scored in the NCAA AE Championships in 2016 and 2017 by placing 8th in indoor track. In 2018, she placed 3rd in outdoor track, 4th in the 2019 indoor track, and 7th in indoor track in 2020. Sydney is presently working as a patient care coordinator at Soundview Oral Surgery. She resides in Mystic with Keenan Armstead. Both talented and well-rounded. Ladies and gentlemen, Fitch High School Athletic Hall of Famer, Sydney Sproul.
Hi everyone. I was introduced to track at an early age when my dad showed me that I could run from the hallway into the bedroom and Fosbury flop onto the bed. Little did I know the next 11 years would consist of a lot of running, dragging 100-pound mats from out of the shed, 10-hour meets, and patellar tendinitis. So while my knees might say otherwise, I'd like to thank my family for encouraging me to do track and sticking around for the long meets where there were about 40 girls and an hour in between my jumps. I'd also like to thank all the coaches that found time for me, especially when field events get so often overlooked. And I'd like to give a special thanks to Coach Blanker for your endless support and dedication to the sport. You go above and beyond to make sure that your athletes reach their full potential and get the recognition they deserve. As many times as I wanted to quit track, I'm so grateful for every experience, and I'm so honored to be inducted into the Fitch Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Our next inductee, Michael Anderson, class of 1961. Mike participated in 3 sports during high school cross country, cross country, basketball, and track and field. He excelled in basketball as a point guard. He was named All-ECC as a junior. He averaged 20 points per game over his career. He captained the team as a senior and was named honorable mention All-State. He had a deadly set shot from the top of the key. If he played in the era of the three-point shot, he might have had the school record that never would have been broken. In his junior year, his team played in the semifinal game in the Connecticut State Tournament. Mike was also an excellent middle distance runner. His 2-mile relay team placed first in the 1960 Yukon annual relays. An extremely active student at Fitch, he was his class president all 3 years, the editor-in-chief of the yearbook, on the student council all 3 years, a junior and senior executive board member, took part in the American Field Service, and was a president of the National Honor Society. The Elks Club named him the Outstanding Youth Leader Award. He also received the J. Warren Horton Science Award from the Underwater Sound Lab. And in the senior superlative section of the yearbook, he was voted best all around, done most for the class, and most likely to succeed. After high school, Mike attended Northeastern University, where he majored in industrial engineering. He played basketball for 1 year, but continued to play interfraternity council basketball at the university. He was a member of Phi Beta Alpha, serving as treasurer his senior year, also a member of the Alpha Pi Mu, and was their vice president as a senior. He belonged to the American Institute of Industrial Engineering. Mike was on the dean's list all 4 years. Mike served his country as a commissioned officer in the United States Navy Reserves for 10 years. He worked for the Shell Oil Company for 28 years as a technical manager. He is a member of the Lone Tree Men's Golf Club, where he was inducted into their Hall of Fame. He served on the South Suburban Parks and Recreation Board of Directors, and this year retired as a City of Lone Tree, Colorado Council member. He also worked for the United States Army Rocky Mountain Arsenal Chemical Weapons Hazardous Waste Site. Mike is very proud of his time in Groton, showing his grandson where he lived and went to school during a trip in 2021. Mike lives with his wife Cheryl Lynn in Lone Tree, Colorado. They have 3 adult children, Edward, Brian, and Nicole. A lifetime of service for all the greater good. Ladies and gentlemen, Fitch High School Athletic Hall of Famer, Mike Anderson.
What an honor. When I was asked about this, and I was told that I might be joining fellow athletes from my era like Johnny Livermore, Dan Nielsen, and Bob Bailey, I said, wow, that anybody would think of my athletic abilities with those individuals is just over the top. And to listen to all the accolades for the athletes that have come after, that have been honored today and have been honored before. What a great job the coaches, the administration, the school boards have done in terms of maintaining athletic programming in Groton and at Fitch, so that people can learn from those experiences about sportsmanship and teamwork, grit, and the lessons that get us through life. I am so honored to be considered. I'm so thankful to Mark and to Bernie and to Mike, to including us old-timers in your thoughts. We are, I think I've always thought of myself as a son of Groton, even though I've traveled many miles and done a lot of different things. In recent years, I've had the opportunity to help our community in terms of building national wildlife refuges, building sports fields, building sports complexes, and it has just been ingrained in me from the very beginning that sports and athletics is just such an important part of our American dream. And to be a part of that, both as a student and to be a part of that as an adult in leadership roles, has just been a tremendous honor. In 1999, my sister Sue, who was a Fitch graduate, and I came back here to honor my dad, who was inducted into the EBAC Hall of Fame. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And I was able to follow my dad in terms of taking on responsibilities to try to provide athletic opportunities for youth and for seniors. I'm still an active athlete, not nearly as good as I was in the past. Don't hit a golf ball as well as I can shoot a basketball, but I still love the game. I also want to honor some individual, at least mention them again, in terms of my preparations for life and the great life that I had since I've left Fitch. Ed Kalnaski was my junior high school basketball coach and phys ed teacher. Ed was like a second dad to me. Back in the age when dads were busy working, it was hard to be there for athletics, and Ed was there for me all the time. I'd also like to recognize other individuals at Fitch in terms of Bert Turner, Mrs. Beach, Mr. Lupian, that gave me the curiosity and the social skills and the leadership drive to go on and do the things that I've done in life. I am very proud to have a group of folks with me today, including 2 classmates from 1961. Yes, some of us are still around. Phil Nahas has been a lifelong friend. Lenny Whittam has been a lifelong friend as well. Sally Turner, Bert's wife, is here with me, as well as members of my family. I couldn't have done any of this without the support of my wife. It's just remarkable how supportive and how understanding she's been as I trudge off to run, bike, play golf week after week. And I think that's what I leave with you today in terms of a message from an old-timer. Just do it. Thank you very much.
Taylor Wolfgang, class of 2017. Taylor played soccer and basketball during her freshman and sophomore years. She excelled in softball all 4 years of high school. Her career batting average was .485, and she holds the all-time career hit record with 160 hits. She was named All-ECC, All-Area in both the Day and the Bulletin, and she was the softball All-Area Player of the Year as a senior in both the Day and the Bulletin. She was Class L All-State for 3 years, and in 2014, she was the MVP of the state championship game. Her team also won the state championship in 2016. The Connecticut High School Coaches Association named her Position Player of the Year in her senior year. Taylor achieved academically while at Fitch. She was a high honor student all 4 years, a member of the National Honor Society, a Fitch High School scholar, and at graduation wore honor cords for English, consumer science, mathematics, physical education, science, social studies, and world language. At the end of the year athletic assembly, Taylor received the Terry Purcell Award. After high school, Taylor achieved Bucknell University, majoring in cell biology and biochemistry. She continued her athletic career at Bucknell, playing 4 years of Division I softball. She finished her softball career batting at .292 with a .395 on-base percentage and a .519 slugging percentage. Taylor played 153 games with 124 hits, 38 doubles, 18 home runs, and 99 runs batted in. She is in the program record book, 7th in doubles, 4th in home runs, 2nd in walks, and 5th in RBIs. She was a 2-time Patriot League Rookie of the Week, 2-time Academic Patriot League Academic Honor Roll, and a first-team All-Patriot League selection. Taylor is currently working for the, help me out here, Behringer Ingelheim Pharmaceutical Company in Ridgefield, Connecticut as a pharmaceutical scientist residing in Norwalk, Connecticut. Making Fitch and Groton proud. Ladies and gentlemen, Fitch High School Athletic Hall of Famer, Taylor Wolfgang.
People always get tripped up on my company's name. But so hi everyone. I'd just like to begin by saying what an incredible honor it is to stand here tonight and have my name added to the long list of remarkable athletes who proudly wore the Falcon jersey. Congratulations to my fellow inductees this evening. It's truly special to be recognized alongside you. And thank you sincerely to the committee for this honor. A very special thank you to Robin Doyle for nominating me and in doing so forcing me to sit down and gather all of my accolades. As funny as it sounds, even though my time at Fitch wasn't that long ago, I actually struggled to remember everything at first. And I realized while I'm proud of the titles, awards, and stats, they pale in comparison to the relationships that I built and the memories I'll carry with me forever. Looking back at my time with the Fitch softball program, I can say with full confidence that we were truly part of something special. From the very beginning, we knew we had a team that could go the distance. It may have seemed like all eyes were on us, but the truth is we were too busy looking out for each other. We weren't just teammates, we were sisters. Many of us had played together long before ever stepping onto that diamond at Washington Park. That bond, that trust, that sense of family, that's what fueled every inning, every practice, and every comeback. There was a belief that lived in us, not just in our talent, but in each other. We didn't just play for the wins, we played for one another. And because of that, we didn't just find success, we built something unforgettable. Those moments still stay with me today. The bus rides, the dugout chants, the quiet confidence before the games, the joy of victory, and even the lessons learned from defeat. They shaped who I am, not just as an athlete, but as a person. I wouldn't be where I am today without every teammate, coach, family member, and friend who pushed me, supported me, and believed in me all along the way. I definitely don't say it enough, but thank you for the lifelong memories, the life lessons, and for reminding me that the best part of sports will always be the people that you share them with. Thank you all. It's a true privilege to forever be a Fitch Falcon Hall of Famer.
Brandy LeClaire, who has traveled half the countryside to get here today. Brandy was a tremendous long-distance runner in cross-country, indoor track, and track and field. Brandy captained all 3 sports as a senior and was a 4-year letter winner in each. She was the MVP of her cross-country team for all 4 years. She was named All-ECC, All-Area, and All-State in each sport. In 2011, she set the school record for cross-country on the 3.1-mile Haley Farm course. And in 2011, she set the 5,000-meter record for indoor track with a time of 18 minutes and 57 seconds. Brandy came in first in the ECC championship in the 2010 meet and was named Runner of the Year. In 2011, she placed 4th in the state open championships. In outdoor track in 2011, she won the ECC championship meet in the 3,200, placed 3rd in that event in the state open meet. She was 17th in the 3,200 meter event in the New England Championship. For her superlative high school career, Brandy was named Female Athlete of the Year by the Fitch Booster Club in 2011. During graduation ceremonies, Brandy wore honor cords for physical education and art. After high school, she attended Central Connecticut State University and majored in communications. She was an honor roll student. She ran all 3 sports in college and won a Most Improved Runner award. In 2018, Brandy was the first woman competitor to finish the John and Jesse Kelly Road Race. She came in 44th in the New York City Marathon with a time of 2 hours and 52 minutes and 47 seconds. Brandy is a senior event planner for Deloitte. Deloitte is one of the big 4 consulting firms in the country. She lives in Washington, D.C. with her husband, Justin Benavides. A passion for running that continues to today. Ladies and gentlemen, Fitch High School Athletic Hall of Famer, Brandy LeClaire.
Thank you guys so much. I am so sorry for my late arrival today. I just came from Indianapolis and I had many flight delays. So happy to be here. I'm so sorry that I missed all of the other wonderful speeches tonight. I'm sure they were great. I'm a little emotional, but I'm going to try to get through this. I first of all want to say thank you so much. This was such an incredible honor to be inducted. I've been thinking about this for years because being a part of Fitch Athletics was so important to me and honestly shaped my entire life. Thank you to Rich Costa for nominating me and also being an incredible coach for track my years at Fitch. I also want to congratulate my fellow nominee inductees. It's an honor to be alongside you, and I'm just in awe right now. First off, I want to thank my mom because I wouldn't be a runner without her. She was the one who pushed me at the young age of 10 to pursue this sport. Trying not to cry because a lot has happened in the past 24 hours. and I wouldn't be here without you. Your passion for the running and everything has truly, changed my life. Thank you to Sean Town, who honestly inspired so much passion and believed in me so much throughout my 4 years at Fitch. Thank you to Rich Costa again. Being a part of Fitch Athletics really shaped my entire life. This sport has crushed my soul in many ways. I did not have the best college career, and it took a lot to get out of that and for me to find love in the sport again. And I think back to my time at Fitch, and that's where I found it again, is thinking back to those many miles in the woods in Haley Farm with my team and just truly enjoying the sport, because at the end of the day, it's supposed to be fun. I just ran my 7th marathon, a completed marathon, yesterday. And like I said, this sport has broke my heart many times. I, over the past 5 years, have been trying to break this time goal, and I haven't done it. And yesterday, I did it. I did a 2:47:18. A goal I was trying to hit for I think since 2019, since that New York City Marathon, and it happened yesterday, and it all fell into place. So I just want to say thank you guys so much, and congratulations to everybody.
Just a little housekeeping before I read the last recipient's bio. I believe there's still desserts and coffee in the back, and the centerpieces on the table stay, so we can use them year to year and cut costs. So please don't walk out with them. If you want to take your name tags for the place markers from your tables, please do so, and make sure that you get a program. Okay. All right. So Fitch High Athletic Hall of Fame coach Ed Harvey. In Ed's 28 years as the varsity baseball coach at his alma mater, Fitch High School, he won 440 games. He also won 8 conference titles, 3 state championships, 1987, 1990, and 2005, and was a state runner-up in 1980. He served as a JV baseball coach at Fitch for 6 years, making a total of 34 years with the program. Players who he coached and won All-State, All-District, or All-American honors were Matt Harvey, Jesse Hahn, Matt Browning, Brian McGugan, Will DeVoe, Adam Pescatello, Anthony Wilson, Scott Santoro, Jazz Freitas, Dave Menhart, Chris Pila, Dave Pila, and Kevin McCarthy. Matt Harvey and Jesse Hahn made it to the major leagues. Other players who played professional baseball were Mike Joyce, Brian Dahl, Dave Pila, Scott Corey, Scott Budinger, and Bill Dorsey. Ed also coached football at Fitch for 15 years, serving as the head freshman coach, varsity offense and defense backfield coach, and defensive coordinator. After his coaching career at Fitch ended, he went on to UConn Avery Point and helped Roger Bidwell go to the NJCAA Division II championships held in Enid, Oklahoma 5 times, 2010, 2011, 2013, 2015, and 2017. This past spring, Ed's superlative coaching was honored by the baseball field at Fitch being dedicated in his name. Mark Romano, the Fitch athletic director, sat at the dedication ceremony. Today, it is my honor and privilege to officially dedicate this field now and forever to Coach Ed Harvey, a name that has become synonymous with excellence, leadership, and integrity. A master teacher of the game of baseball. Ladies and gentlemen, Fitch High School Athletic Hall of Fame coach Ed Harvey.
Got my little cheat sheet here. It's kind of funny to come in and I'm looking at a lot of people and I'm going, wow, I know just about everybody in this room. And then I go, well, I either taught you, coached you, played ball with you, taught with you, and just been around for quite a while. So it's kind of fun to see everybody. Thank you all for coming. It's a great honor. I got to thank the committee because I know how hard they work. In fact, when they first started, they wanted me to be on it, and I go, no, I don't think so. I says, you know, there's some, not politics, but, there's people that push for, you know how it goes. So I know they do a good job, and they are conscientious with their picks. So, it just doesn't come off the cuff. So they work pretty hard on it. I got to thank my wife, Jackie, and my kids. I said during the field ceremony that my wife, which wasn't my wife then, but she started watching me on the field in 1966. And I was about 25 then, but I'm kidding. So then, you add 34 years to that, and, she was going up there 40 years to the Fitch field here. My kids also were kind of growing up on the field. Jessica, she's here, and she got inducted last year in the Hall of Fame, terrific athlete. Mason's here, her son, and Kenzie, and her fiance, Eric, who's a terrific guy. And if you want to see some exciting rugby ball, go watch Eric play. It's pretty interesting. I got to thank a bunch of people that, push for the field because, it's not a dream come true for me. It's just because I never dreamed it would happen. But there was quite a few people that I found out later that were, actively pushing for that, which was a super honor, unbelievable, very humbling. I got to thank Craig Ashmore, who lives in St. Louis now, and he was a big part of the push. Kurt Vincente, Mike Porter, our own Jeff Joyce, and a host of other people. It's an amazing thing. I actually, when I go on the field and I look around, I feel kind of weird looking. Ed Harvey Field? But it's pretty amazing. I probably should put my glasses on. I got to thank Miles Hollowell, Miles in the back there, and Mike Porter. They pretty much stayed with me, Miles, for like 24 years. And Mike Porter, I think 15 or so. And these guys were dedicated, they bought into what I was doing, and they were unwavering in their sacrifice. So it was, I think they liked the sport too, though. So baseball's pretty cool, pretty cool sport. The football part, I love football. I love coaching it. I love the intensity of football because, when a kid was coming off the field and he had blood on his face and he had sweat down there and snot and everything else, and their emotions were so high, it was the coolest thing. Because then they'd get in there and they would play better. In baseball, you can't have those emotions. Your emotions can't go up and then down because you can't play. So baseball, especially on a higher level, you've got to be peak, but you can't be too high. So it's an interesting part of the game, in my opinion. I had a ton of good players, really good players. Quite a few in this room right now. You know, not everybody goes to the pros, not everybody goes to college and plays ball. But, and I will say that every member of each team was important to that team, and whether they were a star or not, you know. And when you take one person away from that team, it affects the team. So I always worked hard on that. I said, you know, you're here, and you know, you make a difference. The players bought into what I was teaching, and I guess they bought into the intensity that I had. I didn't, you know, they didn't get their feelings hurt in those days. But they stayed late. I mean, they were missing the late bus every day. I had them there till 6, 6:30, sometimes 7 o'clock. You know, if it wasn't raining, we were out there. And it was cool to watch. You know, they wanted to get better, and they wanted to learn, and they wanted to perform. Because baseball is the kind of sport, you know, you're out there all by yourself and the ball's hit to you. You have to make the play in a team setting. So, I mean, it's not an easy sport to play at a high level, but it's really a fun sport, I think. I think I got everything I had down. I do want to do something that's a little bit different. We're going to have a little baseball quiz. Peter, you better pay attention. You know, I coached Peter in 1975. That's my first year. I thought I knew a lot about baseball in those days. I didn't know crap. But anyways, it was fun. They had a really good team. I like to think that if his team played for me later, we would have won the state championship. I'm serious. So we're going to go a little bit of a baseball quiz. There's a lot of baseball people in this room. We've got a little interactive audience here. Who knows the average time of, and the quiz will kind of get you to understand where my angle was in teaching baseball. Because, you know, in baseball, it's about the clock. It's all that click, 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 click stuff. So who can tell me the average major league speed of a runner running through first base?
4.2.
Who said that?
Turgeon.
Michael Turgeon.
He's right. 4.2.
4.1 from the left side.
Good point. Who can tell me, this is an extra question, who can tell me how fast Mickey Mantle got the first?
3.2.
Or Ichiro?
3.1.
3-1. That's when they touch the bat, when the ball touches the bat and you run through first, 3.1 seconds. Average is 4.2. So my angle is, when I'm teaching the game, the ball hit to the infield, you've got 4.2 seconds to field the ball, take your steps, throw it across the diamond. But all ground balls aren't equal. There's toppers, there's normal ground balls, and there's one hoppers. So you number them, 4, 5, and 6. So the 4 ball, the topper, you got to go in, your steps all change, and now you might have to go to flip it to first with 1 step, right? Infield, playing back, you go up, get the ball, catch the ball, take your steps, throw across the diamond. And you didn't do it most of the time if you practiced it, if you know what you're doing. So now you take the 4.2 and you got a runner on first and you want a double play. Right? So now the ball's got to go to second base, the feed, the receiver, throws the first in less than 4.2 seconds. Because you're not getting the double play. You want the double play to get out of the inning, run into the dugout and score more runs. So that 4.2 is pretty important. All right, let's move to a pitcher. Mikey. What's a good, when the pitcher gets in his set position, throws the ball home, what's a good time? 1.9. Oh, I'd run on you all day. Anybody?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the catch, pop time.
That's right. We're going to get to that. Okay, so a good time, and I hope I'm not boring you guys. 1.5 seconds. So that's, pitcher gets here, as soon as he moves, you click the clock, gets to the mitt, 1.5 seconds. Who knows a good time for the catcher? You know, a catcher's got to get the ball, take his steps, throw the ball 127 feet to second base, and get a guy out. Anthony? 1.9 is pro 2.122, okay? So if you take 1.5 and you take 2.2, you got 3.7, right? Did I add it right? So 3.7. And what I used to do is, early in the season, I would time all my players from their lead at first through second base. The fastest I ever had was 3.3. There were a couple kids. A lot of them were 3.6, 3.7, and then a couple of guys carrying refrigerators. You know, they were going a little bit slower. And I could get them to move at times too, because they do a hit and run. So anyways, the game comes. I'm standing there. I got my watch. I watch the other pitcher. He moves. I click my watch. Goes to the plate. He's 1.8, 1.9. 2 seconds, catches 2.2, 4.2. I could steal. So I'd steal. You know, and the numbers were that they couldn't throw him out. There's no way they were going to throw him out unless the guy fell down. You know, if it was even, if I had a runner on first, I wanted to get him to second, I'd run a hit and run. That means the guy steals, the batter's got a hit, which is cool. Cool stuff. All right, this is more just a statement. If you waste, the ball comes into your hands, if you waste a tenth of a second, right, the runner gets 2.5 feet of extra distance. So on the outfielders, it happens to the outfielders a lot, they have to learn their steps, two-step crow hop, throw it hard, 200 plus feet, and hopefully their arm is strong enough to get the person out. So if they waste a half a second, 0.5, how many feet is that? Anybody add? It's 12.5 feet that the runner gets extra distance, okay? If you wait a second, if you're getting the ball in the outfield, you're taking 3, 4, 5 steps, you've wasted a second, that's 25 feet. You're not getting anybody out. I don't care if you got a rocket on, okay? So those are the things that I paid attention to, and I had to learn the way to do it correctly so that we could perform and get people out. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. But if we did everything right, we'd get people out. One last one. Peter, this is for you, Peter. Guy throws a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. How quick does it get to the plate?
Second?
Who said 4/10? It is. Jeff Joyce, so he knows. 0.4 seconds. Okay? So a hitter, from his first move to the end of his swing, is about a second. So basically, a hitter, when I'm teaching hitting, you got to get your foot down, your stride down when the ball's about halfway, and you got to be ready to hit. Okay? Because if you wait, the ball's by you, you might foul it off, you might, whatever. So If you want me to talk swing planes and swing mechanics, I could do this for another hour. But that's half of it, you know, because you got to compete with that time. The time is important. You know, 0.4 seconds. Right there. So that's all I got. Anybody got any questions? How many minutes was that? How long was that? I got the hook, yeah. All right, thanks. Thanks everybody for coming.
Tough one to follow. A few thank yous before you leave, because that is actually the end of our presentation for today. We want to thank Par 4 for their wonderful food. Cask and Keg for providing the bar. Mike Ellis, our arduous historian, for writing the bios, and for Rich Costa for proofreading them and checking them out and making sure that they all followed. Glenn Graham, he's the backbone of the organization with programs, laminations, pictures, videos, tech. Mark Russell and his students for giving us the school's technical support. Mike Spellman at the town library, he helps us find people that we don't know where they are, especially with the old timers. He's done like a lot of searching for those people. And lastly, all of you for attending and our fabulous athletes and giving me a reason to wear my class ring. So have a great weekend. Happy holidays. We'll see you back next year. Have a good one.